Welcome to C Programming, and this is Kumar Swami Dafa from SRRS Government Polytechnic College, Sirsilla. And today we are going to learn about this C input output operation function. Okay, so uh, uh, after completion of this particular session, a student will able to know about the various what is mean by an input output function, and then the printf and scanf functions. So in today's session we are restricting ourselves to mainly to discuss in depth about this printf and scanf, and then we are going to discuss about the several example programs on printf and scanf. Then the various format specifiers that are available in C programming to uh, that are used while handling this input and output. So now output function, coming to the C output. So here printf is one of the main output function that is available in C programming. So this printf function sends the formatted in output onto the screen. Okay, so printf is a formatted output function, and it is a and one more thing, this printf is a predefined output function. Predefined output function. So here is a simple example. So here we are using printf function inside the main function. Okay, so here, so in this particular case I am using int as the return type of this particular function, main function. And for that purpose, if we are using int, then you need to write this return statement. If you are now using, for example, if you are using void main, then no need to write this particular statement. Okay, no need to write this particular statement. Now, so inside the main function, this first line indicates the comment line, right? So whatever the text or anything which are written after this slash slash, so slash slash is a single line comment, right? So in C programming we have two kinds of comments, a single line comment and multiple line comments. So for single line comment we need to use this slash slash at the beginning, and for multiple line comments, so this is the syntax slash star followed by any number of lines, and at last star slash. So these are the two kinds of comments. Okay, and next, so in the next line I am writing the printf function. Printf double quotes, within the double quotes C programming. So the output of this particular program is C programming. C programming. So here printf is a predefined output function, and within the printf whatever we are writing in between the double quotes, in between the double quotes, so that will be printed on the screen. Okay, so here inside the double quote I am writing C programming. So the output way of this particular program is C programming only. Okay, now all valid C program must contain the main function. So every C program must contain the main function. Here in this program, so this is the main function. Every C program must contain at least one function, and that function is obviously the main function. Okay, and the code execution beginning from the start of the main function. So every time the code execution starts from this main function. Okay, so starts from this main function. So C program execution starts from the main function. Okay, and then the printf is a library function to send formatted output to the screen. So here printf is a formatted output function. Formatted output function means we can appearance of information on the screen with the help of several format specifiers. Okay, so here printf is a predefined output function, and whatever we are writing, whatever the thing we are writing in the double quotes, that must be printed on the terminal. Okay, so the function prints the string inside the quotations, so here inside the double quotation whatever we are writing, that will be printed. Okay, so here this printf is a standard output function that is available in stdio.h. So here stdio.h, so stdio.h is a standard header file. It contains standard input output header file. So stdio.h is a standard input output header file. So it contains all the functions which are related to input as well as output. Okay, so here printf is a predefined output function, standard output function that is available in stdio.h header file. That's why at the beginning we are included the stdio.h header file, hash include stdio.h. So it is going to include all the functions that are available in the stdio.h header file. So among those functions we are using the printf function here. Okay, and now to use the printf in our program, we need to include this stdio.h header file using hash include stdio.h statement, right? Um, at the beginning of the program we must write this, the first statement of the program must be hash include stdio.h. So whatever the header files, if you want to use, those header files must be specified at the beginning of the program. Okay, and then the return 0 statement inside the main function is the exit status of the program, and it is an optional. So here this return 0 is the last statement of the program. It indicates the termination of that particular program or exit of the program. Okay, and here this return 0 is an optional. Okay, if you are writing not writing return 0, then you are going to get a warning message that you are not returning anything. If you don't want to get those kind of warnings, either you put this return 0 statement, or simply instead of writing this main function return type as int, try to use this void. So if you write void main open curly brace and these two lines as usually, then simply close this. So instead of writing this return 0. Okay, right? So hash include stdio.h is the header file we are using to include stdio.h header file. Okay, and this coming to this hash include directive, we are going to discuss in the separate session. uh, at that time we are going to discuss in detail about this hash include, hash define, and etc, all those preprocessor directories. Okay, now in the first case, here in this first program, here we are trying to display a text message. C programming, a simple string message, a text message as an output. Now if I want to print the numbers, so here in this example I want integer output instead of some string output or text output. I want the program that should generate a number as an output. So here hash include stdio.h, so standard header file we need to include. Why? Because so this printf function is available in this stdio.h header file only. Okay, and then so into main, so here every C program must contain at least one function, and that must be a main function. Okay, then here I am writing int as the return type for this main function, so that's why we need to use this return 0 at the end of the program. Okay, and next int test integer is equals to 5. So here test integer is a variable of integer type, so it can store only integer constant. So here 5 is an integer constant. Okay, so after execution of this particular statement, so what happened inside the compiler is, so in the memory the C compiler is going to reserve a 2 bytes of memory, 2 bytes of memory for this test integer, test integer. Okay, so name of this memory location is test integer, and inside this 2 bytes it is going to store the value 5. Okay, so generally the location address starts from 00000000 to some f f ff ff. Okay, so like this ff ff and 8 f's. Okay, so somewhere some location, for example, so 2000 2001 are the two locations, memory locations that are reserved for this test integer. Okay, now printf, so number is equals to percentage d comma test integer. So here in the previous case what happened, uh, whatever the string here we are writing, that string is going to printed on the terminal on the screen. So that string must be in inside the double quotes, right? So here also, so this is the starting of the double quotes and this is the ending of the double quotes, right? So now just a second. Yes, sorry. Now, so inside the double quote it contains number is equals to percentage d. So on the output screen on the monitor it is going to print number, so it is a text is equals to symbol, and instead of this percentage d format specifier, so here in the printf function if you are using any format specifier, that format specifier is going to replace corresponding constant value. So here this percentage d is a integer format specifier, so it is going to print some integer value in this place. So the integer value is available in the variable that is specified after the comma. So here test integer is the variable name of integer type. So it is going to print whatever the value that is available in the test integer memory location, that is 5. So that 5 is replaced here. So now the number is equals to 5. So this is the output we are going to get. Okay, so are you getting the point? So this percentage d format specifier we are using to print some integer value here. So which integer value you want to print, that must be specified after this comma. So that specification must be done with the in the form of variable name. Variable name. So here test integer is a variable name. If I am writing after the comma test integer, means the value that is available in the test integer memory location, that will be replaced here in the place of percentage d. Okay. So now the text becomes number is equals to 5. So that is the output. Okay, so here percentage d format specified to print integer type values. Okay, and the percentage d inside the quotation will be replaced by the value of test integer. Okay, are you getting the point? So whatever the value available for this test integer, that value is replaced in this percentage d format specifier. Okay, so in this way you can print any number of integer values. If you want to print two integer values, so you must use two format specifiers, percentage d. So okay, like in this way you can try any number of integer values you can print. Okay, so but the restriction is, so if you want to print 10 integer values, you must use 10 times the percentage d format specifier like this. Okay, next, if you want to print a fractional value, if you want to print a fractional value, so if you want to print a fractional value, so what you have to do is, so you need to use this percentage f format specifier if you want to print the float value, percentage lf if you want to print the double type fractional value. Okay, so remaining is as usual. Hash include stdio.h header file we are writing at the beginning of the program. So stdio.h is the standard input output header file. It contains this definition of this printf function, printf output function. Every C program execution must start from the main program, main function. So that's why I'm writing the main function. And the return type of this main function is integer. That's why at the end of the program, I'm writing return 0. So in between, I'm declaring a variable number 1 of float type. So value 13.5 and number 2 of double type 12.4. Okay. Now printf number 1 is equals to percentage f slash n. So here a new uh, thing, that is slash n. So slash n is a carriage return. It is simply equal to an enter. For example, in any document or in the screen, if you are typing some text on the document, so after typing something, if you are pressing the enter on the keyboard, then it is move to the next line, right? So in the similar way, this slash n is the new line. Slash n represent a new line. So not only slash n, we have so many kind of escape sequences are there. So one of the escape sequences slash n. Okay, that we are going to discuss in the upcoming sessions. Okay, so now, so what we have to uh, remember is slash n means a new line. A new line is going to be on the output terminal on the screen. Okay, so now, so inside the printf, whatever we are writing inside the double quotes of the printf, that will be printed on the terminal, right? So here number 1, so number 1 is the text simply, so it is printing number 1 is equals to, then so in the previous case this percentage d format specifier is going to replace to print a constant value, right? So in the same way, here percentage f is a format specifier. It is we are using to print a fractional or a float or real values. So so the value where it is available means after the comma, whatever the variable name we are writing, that variable contains a value, that value is replaced here. So variable name is number 1. So number 1 contains 13.5. So 13.5 replaced here. So in the screen, it is going to print a number 1 is equals to 13. Sorry, so it is not clear. So for example, so here is the output window screen, your monitor. So here number 1 is equals to 13.5. So after printing this, so we have slash n. Slash n means the cursor is right now cursor is at here. So but it is not printing the text in the coming places. It is moving to the next line. So next line is at here. So now cursor is blinking here. Okay, so now again number 2 is equals to, text will be printed, and here percentage this lf, percentage lf. So percentage lf means this long float, means double value. So double type fractional value is replaced here. So number 2 is of double type. Okay, So double type. So the number 2, whatever the value available at variable number 2, that value is replaced here percentile LF. So that is 12.4. Now 12.4. Okay. So in this way, you can print fractional values. Okay. So whether you are handling with the float values or double values, based on that, you can use this percentile F or percentile LF format specifier. Okay. And coming in the previous example, we have discussed about integer values. So in the integer, we are using the percentile D format specifier to print an integer value. Here we are using percentile F type format specifier to print the float values, and the percentage LF for printing the double type value. Okay. And next, if you want to print a character, if you want to print a character, a character means anything, any single alphabet or any single uh, one length characters. It may be A to Z alphabet, A to Z small or capital alphabet. So anything, but that must be only one. It may be 0 to 1, or it may be some special symbols like at the rate, hash, and etc. So all the character set that is available in C programming. So any one of that character set, we can simply call it as a character. Okay. So here char is a data type we are using to specify the character. So char chr is a variable name of character type. It is going to store one character A. Okay. So the character type values are specified with a single quotes, right? Now printf character is equals to percentile C. So inside the double quotes, whatever we are writing, that must be printed on the screen, right? So here, for example, this is the screen. So in this screen, so what it is going to print character, right? So character is equals to, for example, character is equals to, okay. So now this percentile C also again one more type of format specifier. So percentile C format specifier we are using to print a single character on the screen. So this percentile C is replaced with the value that is existing in the variable chr of character type, right? In the chr variable, it is having a value A, so it is equals to A. Now so this is the output. Okay. So are you getting the point? So in the previous slides, while printing the integer values, so we are declaring an integer variable and we are trying to store some value, and that value we are going to print with the help of the percentile D format specifier. In case of float, so float or double type variables we are declaring, then we are using those variables to print the values. Similarly, so I want to print a character. So for that purpose, I am declaring a variable chr of character type, character data type, right? Then I am storing some value, some character A on the chr, and I am trying to print that A value with the help of this chr character variable. So while handling with the variable, so we have to use this percentile D C format specifier. Okay. So the output is character is equals to A. So here to print a character, we use percentile C format specifier in the printf function. Okay. So in this way, you can print integer, fractional, and character values. If you want to print any strings, you can simply write the inside the double quote whatever the string you want to print, you can write. So that will be discussed in the first example. So here, so this inside the printf, inside the double quotes, so C programming. So this is a string. So string can be printed directly by writing in between the double quotes. So no need to use any format specifier here. Okay, so if you want to print a character array, that can be discussed in the upcoming sessions. Okay, now now it's time to think about this input function. So till now we have discussed about output printf function. Now, so coming to the input means, so here, so you need to be clear with two terminology, what is an input and in the same way what is an output. So input means whatever the instruction or command that is entered or given by the system programmer or user to the computer with the help of a mouse or keyboard. So for example, I am pressing some key on the keyboard means, so I am going to give some information or instruction or input to the computer. So whatever we are the user is going to give some input to the computer, so that is an input. Okay, so whatever the thing or text or information that is displayed on the screen or terminal, so that is the output. Okay, so uh, giving means user is going to give some input to the computer. Input means user is giving. Output means computer is generating or computer is giving to the user. So computer giving to the user with the help of screen. User is giving to the computer with the help of monitor, sorry, keyboard or mouse or etc. Okay, right? So I thought that you are now clear with input and output. So output means computer is program is going to give some information to the user with the help of display screen. Okay, now, so here uh, now we are discussing about this scanf. So now we are restricting ourselves in this particular session to discuss about the only scanf input function only. Okay. Now the scanf is one of the commonly used function to take input from the user. So we are using this scanf function to read the input from the user. The scanf function reads formatted input from the standard input such as keyboard. Scanf function reads the formatted input from the standard input devices such as keyboard. Okay, so here this scanf function is also available in the stdio.h header file. stdio.h standard input output header file. It contains all the predefined functions which are related to output as well as input. Okay, now, so that's why I am including hash include stdio.h header file at the beginning, and main function I am declaring. So inside the main I am writing these statements. So this return 0 is the, sorry, termination statement, right? Now now I am going to handle with an integer input output. So I already familiar with the integer output, how to print an output of an integer. Now I want to know how an integer input to be taken, right? So here int test integer is a variable name of integer type, so it can accommodate or store only integer constants or integer values. Okay, now printf enter an integer. So here in the screen, so printf, so now let us discuss the program in depth line by line. So program execution starts from the main. So and after entering the main, it execute this first line of code. So enter test integer. So after execution of this program in the computer memory, it is going to create a variable with the name test integer. Sorry, it occupies 2 bytes of memory. Okay, now printf enter an integer. So printf is an output function, so whatever the text that is written in between the double quotes, that must be printed on the screen. So here enter an integer, enter an integer. Okay, and then after integer, so double quotes colon will be there, so colon will be printed. Okay, then in the previous case, if it is having slash n means now the cursor is here. If it is having slash n, it is moved to here in the next line beginning position, but here there is no slash n, so the cursor is blinking here. Okay, cursor is blinking. Then scanf function is going to execute. So after execution of this particular line, then it is moved to this line. So this is the scanf function. So scanf is an input function. So inside the scanf, within the double quotes, so whatever you are writing, so we are writing several format specifiers here. So if you are writing percentile d, I already told you percentile d format specifier is for integer types. Okay, so now this scanf function is waiting for an input from the user. Whatever the input given by the user, that must be an integer. So it is expecting an integer value to be entered by the user. So for example, here I am writing giving 4 as an input. So after typing 4 from the keyboard, so it is taking this 4 as an input from the user, and that 4 is going to store in the test integer variable test integer. So ampersand test integer, here ampersand means address of test integer. So whatever the test integer memory location available in that address, it is going to store this value 4. Okay, scanf percentile d. So inside the double quote we are writing 1 percentile d. So 1 percentile d means, so computer is waiting for an input, one input from the user, and it is expecting an integer type input. Why? Because we are writing percentile d format specifier, and whatever the input given by the user, that is going to store here after the comma ampersand test integer means, ampersand means address of test integer. So test integer address, the address of the test integer memory location where it is available, in that address it is going to store this value 4. Okay, so now after completion of this statement, then it is going to execute this printf. So inside the printf, I already told you, if you want to print a number, so we have to use, even inside the double quotes, we need to use the percentage format space, right? So here inside the double quotes, so number, so it is going to print number, okay, is equals to, right? So this percentage is replaced with some integer value. So what that integer value name is written after the comma. So test integer, so test integer memory location contains a value, so that value is 4, so that 4 is replaced here. Okay, so 4 now, so this is the output. Are you getting the point? So in the printf, you are writing percentile d means you are going to print some number on that particular place. In the scanf, if you are writing percentile d means it is going to expect an input from the user, one input from the user, and that must be a number. Percentile d means number. If you want to read a character, then you need to use percentile c. If you want to use a read a fractional value from the user, you need to use percentile f, like that. Okay, so now I am whatever we have discussed just now, so that can be represented in the form of text here. So we have to use a percentile d format specifier inside the scanf function to take a int input, integer type input from the user. So when the user enters an integer, it is stored in the test integer variable. Notice that we have to use this address of test integer. So address of ampersand, then followed by variable name test integer inside the scanf function, because this address of test integer gets the address of test integer. It gets the address of test integer, and the value entered by the user is stored on that particular address, Okay, so now in this Now in the second example, now I am trying to read some fractional values from the user, and I want to print those values that are entered by the user. Okay, so we are already familiar with how to print fractional outputs, right? Now, so I am declaring two numbers of fractional, float and double type. So both are of fractional type. So one thing you need to notice here. So here I am writing void main. So I am writing void as an in data type, a return type of this particular main function. So I no need to write this return zero first statement here. So I am not writing here. Okay. Now, so on the screen, on the screen, so printf enter a number. So after execution of these two statements, in the memory location, two locations are created with a memory of 4 bytes and 6 bytes, and sorry, 8 bytes, and num1 num2 are the names of those memory locations. Okay, right? Then printf enter a number, so it is going to print on the screen enter a number colon. Then scanf percentile f. So here inside the scanf, inside the double quotes of the scanf, I am writing 1% f means it is expecting one. The system is, or C compiler is expecting one input from the user. So until you give an input, so the cursor is blinking here only. So you need to type something, some 10 12.2523. Okay, for example I am typing 12.523. So then I am hitting the enter. So means, so this is the input given by the user. That input is stored in the address of num1. So num1 is a memory location. Address of num1 means num1 is a variable of float type. So where that num1 memory location is available in the memory, in that location it is going to store this input. Then printf enter another number. So it is again printing enter another number, enter another number. And percentile lf, I already told you, for double type, so you need to use the format specifier percentile lf. Okay, now that it is waiting for another input. I am typing for example 10.2. Okay, then that number 10.2 will be stored in this memory address of num2. Okay, then I am printing both the values. So I already told you how to print the fractional values, right? So num1 is a float type, right? That's why I am using percentile f. Num2 is a double type, that's why I am using percentile lf. So after execution of these two statements, what happened? So inside the double quotes of this particular statement, so this is going to print on the screen. So num1 is equals to, so I already told you percentile f is replaced with a value that is existed in a variable that is presented after the comma. So num1, so num1 is value replaced here. So num1 value is 12.523, right? Then slash n means new line. Cursor is blinking here now. Instead of blinking here, it is going to blink in the new line. Num2 is equals to percentage lf num2. So num2 value is replaced here, right? So now num2 is equals to this 10.2. So one thing you need to notice, so after the dot point, fractional point, so it is going to display 6-digit value. So here dot 523 means 3 digits already appear, so 3 zeros are there. So here dot after dot decimal point only one digit is there, that is 2. So it is going to print 5 zeros. Okay, so this is the output of this particular program, right? So in this way you can read any kind of fractional values from the user. So while reading the fractional values, what you need to remember is, so try to use percentile f or percentile lf in the scanf function, so that you can able to read. And if you want to print those values on the screen, so you need to use percentile f or percentile lf in the printf function. So why in printf? Because printf is a output function. Okay, Now if you want to read a character from the user, so char chr, right, inside the main, first is this statement will be going to execute in the memory location chr. A new location is created with the chr, and the number of bytes required for this character data type is 1 byte. So it is going to reserve 1 byte of memory on the computer memory, 1 byte reserved. And printf enter character on the screen, enter a character message will be displayed. Okay, so this message will be displayed as usually until the colon. Then cursor is blinking here, it is asking the user to enter a character. So now I am hitting G, so that G is read by the scanf function. This percentile C format specifier I am using to receive that particular input, and it is going to store on the address of CHR. So this is the CHR memory location. In the CHR memory location, it is going to store G. Now printf, you entered percentile C dot. This CHR is replaced here. So you entered G, and this dot is going to printed here. Return 0. So in this way, you can read the character values. Okay. Now, so one thing you need to remember. So in the previous case, here number values are reading. We are reading the numbers. So we are storing those numbers in the memory location. Here we are reading the fraction values, and those fraction values are we are storing on the memory location. Here we are reading the character values, and those character values we are not storing on the memory. So instead of character values, instead of this G, we are storing some ASCII values. ASCII values. Okay, so that will be discussed here. When a character is entered by the user in the above program, the character itself is not stored. Okay, so here I'm just for the representation purpose, how in memory will be, it will be stored, I am writing G, but actually this G is not stored on the memory. Instead of G, it is going to store some number. It is going to store some number, but in the display screen it is going to display character. So how it is happening means, so it is happening with the ASCII codes. So here an integer value is stored in the memory location. That integer value we are calling it as ASCII values, American Standard values. Okay, so when we display the that value using the percentile T text format specifier, the entire character is displayed. So in the printf, in the scanf we are using, so it is going to read the character, and it is going to store in the address of this CHR in the form of number, not in the form of character. But while printing this percentile C, the whatever the number that is available in the memory location, that is again converted into a character. That character is displayed here. So this conversion can be takes place based on the ASCII values. So here, if you use percentile D to display a character, it display the ASCII values. So as I already told you, so instead of characters, it is going to store the some number values. That number values are ASCII number value. If you want to print that ASCII value, so you can use percentile D format specifier to print the numbers. If you want to print the character values, so you need to use percentile C. Okay, so instead of percentile C, if you write a percentile D here, so it is going to print the ASCII value of the character that is entered by the user. Okay, are you getting the point? So we are using percentile C scanf specifier format specifier in the scanf function to read a character. So whatever the character entered by the user, that can be stored in the form of a number in the computer memory. So even though user is entering the character, that is stored as a number, so that will be happen with the help of ASCII codes. Okay, so C compiler automatically stores the number instead of characters. Okay, so that numbers are called ASCII codes. Okay, so if you want to print that particular number, you can use percentile D. If you want to print the character, you can use percentile C. Okay, now So in this example, I want to create a I want to read ASCII values. So here char chr. So what happening in the computer memory? A 1 byte is reserved. Name of that particular memory location is chr. Okay. And next, in the computer screen, what is happening? So first, then the compiler executes the second statement, that is printf enter a character. So it is printing the enter a character. Message will be displayed. Colon will be displayed. Okay. Now scanf. So it is waiting for the user input. Cursor is blinking here. Percentile C address of chr. So for example, I am entering G here. I am entering G. So what scanf will do? Whatever the input given by the user, that will be stored on the address of the chr. So address of chr is here. So it must be stored here. But here what is going to stored is, instead of G, it is going to store 103 number. This 103 is the ASCII value for the inputted character small g. Okay. Now, so after reading the value character from the user, it is going to store the respective ASCII value on the computer memory location. Then printf you entered percentile C dot slash n chr. So what it is going to print? So inside the double quotes you entered. So you entered message will be displayed. Then this percentile C is replaced with the value existing in the variable chr. Chr is here. So here in the chr, what is here? What is storing? 103. But 103 is an integer type. Here percentile C is a character type. Character type format specifier. So what happening is, so the 103 equivalent ASCII character, this 103 ASCII number equivalent character is replaced here. So 103 is replaced with G. Now G is printed here. So that's why G is printed. Then after that dot is there. So dot is printed. Then in the next printf statement, I want to print the ASCII value, whatever the user entered. So ASCII value is stored in the computer memory, but if you write percentile C, it is displayed as a character. So instead of percentile C, if I am writing percentile D, what happened? This ASCII value is percentile D dot. So ASCII value is this percentile D. Percentile D is a integer format specifier we are using in the printf function to print the integer on the screen, right? So this percentile d is replaced with the value that is existing in the variable memory location, that is represented after the comma. So here after the comma chr will be there. So in the chr what value is there? 103. So that 103 is a number. So right, so this percentile d we are using to print the number. So that 103 is replaced here. Then dot. Okay, so in this way you can if you want to print the ASCII values, you can use the percentile d format specifier. But so what you need to remember is, so here if we are writing percentile d, we are not specifying the integer type data, integer type variable, we are specifying the character type variable. Okay, here chr is a character type, right? So it is not an integer type, but it can store the integer values. Okay. Now, if you want to read multiple values at a time, if you want to print the multiple values at a time, so you can use the same format specifiers, right? So here, uh, inside the main function, I am declaring two variables, int a and float b. So two bytes is reserved with the name a, and somewhere in the memory location 4 bytes is reserved. The name of that location is b. Okay, and so by default I am not assigning any value, so it is going to print some garbage value. Okay, now printf enter integer and then a float. So after seeing this message on the screen, so user can able to know, so you need to enter some integer. So he is entering some minus 3. He is entering some number, it may be positive or negative. Okay, and then after entering, so it is an integer without any fraction, right? Then a float means, so you need to enter some float value. So he is entering, he is trying to enter 3.4. Then after hitting, so what happened? So scanf is an input function. It is going to read inputs that is given by the user. So inside the double quotes of scanf, so here writing two format specifiers. One is %d, another is %f. So what happening is, so whatever the value or input that is given first, that must be it is expecting it is an integer, then it is expecting a float value. So two inputs given by the user, those are stored. So first one is at address of a and the second one is at address of b. Okay, so here first one is -3, so -3 will be stored here, and then whatever the second input given by the user, that will be stored in the second memory location 3.4, right? So in this way this scanf will work. So if you want to read three input values, so you need to specify three format specifier. If you want to read three numbers, so you need to specify %ld, %ld, %ld. If you want to read three characters, you need to specify %lc, %lc, %lc inside the double quotes of this scanf function. Okay. Next, printf, you entered. So you entered text as usually displayed. Then space will be displayed. %d and %lf. So what happened after the comma? The variable name what we are specifying, that is replaced in the name of format specifiers. But here we have two format specifiers. So what happening is, the first format specifier is replaced with the first variable, and second format specifier is replaced with the second variable. So A is replaced with this %d, and B value is replaced with %lf. The value of A existing in the memory location is -3. So you entered -3 and 3.4. So that will be displayed here, right? So in this way you can read and print any number of values of any type. So here we are in this program we are reading only integer and float value. If you want to read a character value, say yes, you can. So you need to specify, enter an integer or some message, the way how a user need to be inputted. So okay, then in this scanf you need to specify the format specifier. Then while printing, use the format specifier in appropriate place to print the values. And one thing you need to remember is, in the definition of this printf and scanf, we are specifying that formatted input and output functions. Scanf is a formatted input function, printf is a formatted output function. The formatted means it follows some sequence. So here two variables. So first is replaced at first place, second is replaced at second place. So like this way. That's why we are calling it a formatted input output function. Okay. Now, so uh, till now, some of the format specifiers that we are used is %ld, %lf, %lf, and %lc, right? So %lc for character type, and %lf for double type, and %lf for float type, and %ld for integer type, right? So while using the printf and scanf functions to read or write output the numbers, characters, or fractional values, so you need to use the respective format specifiers. So here not only these format specifiers, C supports many format specifiers that are purely depending on the number of data types that it can support, supported by the C. Okay, so here these are the different data types that are available in C programming, and the respective format specifiers we need to use while handling with the input and output. Okay, so if you are handling with integer data type, you need to use %ld format specifier, that is we are already discussed. And if you are handling with the character data type, you need to use %lc format specifier. Float data type, %lf format specifier, and double data type, %lf format specifier. Okay, these are all we have discussed. So in the same way, if you want to use a short int, you need to use a %hd. Unsigned int, you need to use %u. Okay, so at the time of declaration of variable, you need to use these keywords. While receiving from the input of with the help of scanf function, you need to use these formats as well. While printing, you need to use these formats as well to print the values. And long int is there. Long int data type li is there, and for long int lli is there, %lli, and unsigned long int percentage LU, unsigned long int percentage LLU. U stands for unsigned, okay. LL stands for long, L stands for long, and I stands for integer, okay. So like this. And signed character percentage C, for unsigned character also percentage C. So for both signed and unsigned characters we are using the same format specifier, no need to use this U. And then long double, for this percentage capital L small f, okay. So these are the various format specifiers that we can use while handling with the different kinds of data in while inputting and outputting with the help of this input and output format specifiers, okay. So thank you. If you have any kind of query, so you can mail to kumarswamy.dardapa@gmail.com, so that I can replay the solutions of your queries, okay. So now let's move for practical. So now I am opening the compiler. So new hash include. Now I am writing directly the program void main int x, for example x is equals to 10, printf x is equals to percentage d x, right. So what happened, this percentage d replaced with the variable name x. So whatever the value that is existing in the memory location x will be replaced here. So x is the value 10, so 10 is replaced here, x equals to 10 is the output, right. So right, so I am getting one error. So why? Because printf of the function printf should have a prototype. So here we are using the C++ compiler, C++ compiler. So it don't know what this definition of this printf. So printf is the functions output function that is available in a hash include stdio.h, right. So write this hash include stdio.h, now compile. So we are getting 0 errors, right. X equals to 10, right. So in this way you can print a integer value. So not only I want to print a float value. So here I am using compiling the program and executing the program and output. So here x equals to 10 is appearing two times. Why? Because they already printed screen is not erased. So I am using the clear screen function that is available in kanayo.h header file. So it clears every time the outputted screen. It only prints the current output, okay. So x equals to 10, y equals to 5. So x the values are overlapping here, so there is no space here. So I am using this slash n here. So I already told you slash n means a new line is going to be created, right. So x y is displaying in the next line, right. So in this way you can print any values if you want to read those values. So I'm not specifying the x value and I value, simply I'm creating the variables x and y, right. Now I want to read those values. Printf enter integer, scanf percentage d, right. I am reading integer value, that's why I am specifying the percentage d format specifier, and that must be stored in the address of x, right. Now I want to read another number, so that is a float value, right? So for that purpose I am again asking the user to enter uh, fractional value. Okay, so here I am using slash n scanf percentage f that must be stored in the address of y, right? So in the last two statements I am trying to print those values, right? So alt F9, sorry, missing double quotes here. Now it enter integer value, cursor is blinking. What it indicates that? So it is asking some input from the user to enter some integer value. So I am entering 36. Enter some fractional value 5.33. Now alt F5 output x equals to 36 and y equals to 5.33 and 4 zeros, right? So in this way you can read and as well as print the values with the help of printf and scanf function. Okay, so uh, try to right so my request is try to use all the format specifiers that are listed here. Okay, and try to practice as many number of programs as possible, and if you are getting any errors or any problem while handling the inputs, so just ping me a mail to kumarswamy.the@gmail.com so that I can suggest the solutions. Thank you for listening. Thank you.